Your breakfast most likely already sucks because you probably had like cereals, you had like this empty calorie food, biscuit, right? So you're hungry at lunch time already. And I promise you, if you eat more protein and more fiber for breakfast, you're going to be less hungry when lunchtime comes around. Today, I share some tips with you that are very simple, that are very practical, but they're very effective and will help you to become a healthier person. My name is DocMark. I'm a tenured professor of food production and a certified nutrition coach. I've worked in the food and agriculture realm for more than 20 years, and I'm out here on social media for two reasons. The first one is I hope that what I share with you in my videos will help you to become a healthier person, maybe lose some weight, and become a more informed and hopefully also kinder individual. And the second reason is that I want to build some sort of a pushback community against all the misinformation on food and nutrition that are out here and that do cause a lot of harm. And I hope that we can do that as well on this channel. So those are the two reasons I'm here. Thanks for joining me today. I'm grateful that you all joined me on this journey. Thank you. You guys are the best. And if you haven't subscribed and you like my content, please subscribe and hit the like button. It really goes a long way with the algorithm. And now let's go back to the video. So last week we talked about 5 habits that if you do them, you will become a healthier version of yourself. And if you want to watch that video, watch it. It's right here in the corner. I think it's always in this corner, right? Like here. So after rewatching this video with my wife, she pointed out that this was a lot of information for just one video. So we're trying to do this on a more granular level in the future. And today I want to start with that. And the one thing that we talked about in this video a lot is building a routine. So that is what we're going to talk about in this video. We're going to talk about your food routine and the easy swaps you can do to make your food healthier. We're shooting for what we call a high quality dietary pattern. And we're starting with our first meal of the day, which is breakfast. So now, you should always think fiber and protein when you eat a meal. But that is most important for breakfast. Breakfast is most arguably the most important meal of the day. Break fast means you're breaking the fast from overnight. If you prolong that fasting too much for too long, that can actually promote disease. Which means if you are on a fasting regime for like years and years to come, you might be more likely to have cardiovascular diseases, for example, later in your life. So we made a video about this about a year ago. You can see that here, but it's also established thing in science that long fasting, especially if you forego your breakfast for a really long time, that might be not very good for your health. So now we're talking about what you want to eat for breakfast. So cereals, for example, they're often high in sugar, low in protein, low in fiber. They're processed foods, and they're usually not what we would qualify as a high quality, nutrient-dense food. They're pretty much the opposite of that. Most of the cereals are. So if you are a cereal eater, then you could swap, for example, your cereals to steel-cut oats, which has a lot of complex carbohydrates because it's not very highly processed, and it's also high in fiber. Steel-cut oats, for example, help regulate your blood sugar. They make you feel full for longer. And if you add, for example, a good portion of yogurt as a protein source, a handful of nuts for your healthy fats, and then some berries for your antioxidants, that breakfast will keep you full and would qualify as a high-quality dietary pattern breakfast, right? As an easy swap, takes about the same amount of time to prepare, and it will help you a lot more to feel fuller and to become healthier over time. If you're more like the savory breakfast eater, a lot of people eat like those breakfast sausage and egg biscuits, right? The only really healthy portion of that is the egg, right? Like the breakfast sausages, for example, is probably one of the most underestimated caloric burdens. They're highly processed foods. They're often high in fats, and their protein to calorie ratio is usually not very good. And they're also often high in sodium. So if you're a very hearty breakfast eater and you love those egg sausage biscuits, remember, the only healthy thing on this biscuit is really the egg. And there's virtually no fiber in this. There is a ton of starch and saturated fats in this, and there's very little protein in this, so all of which makes this essentially an empty calorie food, in my opinion, right? A much better choice would be, instead of one egg, you take 2 eggs. You know, eggs are a great source of healthy fats and protein. They're not the best source of protein, but they're pretty decent, and they have a lot of other health benefits, so eggs should be part of your diet. And if you buy a bag of kale or a bag of spinach for the fiber, or you buy any other vegetables you want, or you can even add some beans, which have a ton of fiber and a ton of protein. And instead of a breakfast sausage, you could go to, for example, turkey breast or tofu. This is a great source, remains and always will be a great source of protein. So now for your complex carbohydrates, like breakfast potatoes would be better, or you could buy a whole grain wrap. And then you could essentially make a breakfast burrito, which keeps you saturated, which provides protein, fiber, healthy fats. The healthy fats are coming from the egg. The protein is coming from the beans and from the turkey breast and from the egg. And you would get some carbohydrates from your wrap. The fiber is coming from your beans and from your kale, for whatever other vegetable you put in there. That would keep you full for long and healthy for a long time. All right, so this is breakfast. And remember, breakfast is one of the most important meals of the day. If you can swap stuff out in breakfast, trust me, just that will be a lot healthier of a diet choice than just continue eating those empty calorie foods. So now let's move on to lunch, because lunch is actually where a lot of Americans get into trouble, because we all are working. We don't have time to meal prep all the time. We're going out and eat stuff. And because your breakfast most likely already sucks, because you probably had like cereals, you had like this empty calorie food, biscuit, right? So you're hungry at lunch time already. And I promise you, if you eat more protein and more fiber for breakfast, you're going to be less hungry when lunchtime comes around. But you're already in this right now. And what are you going to eat? You're going to buy a sandwich, maybe a bag of chips, maybe some cookie, and like a soda. Do you have any idea how many calories those are? Just the calories on this is immense. Most sandwiches, even if they're not the healthy thing on the planet, they have a lot of white bread, they have a ton of fatty, highly processed sauce on it, a lot of saturated fats, some trans fat. They typically also provide some fiber and usually some decent amount of protein. So I don't mind if you had a good, healthy breakfast, if you get a sandwich. Not the biggest fan, but I also don't mind it 100%. They usually run somewhere between 400 and 600 calories. If you want to do that, do it, right? Where it really becomes dicey is the chips, the cookies, and the Coke. 3 C's, as I call them. A bag of chips typically runs between 150 and 200 calories. A soda runs typically around 170 calories and has a ton of added sugars. And the cookie has even more sugars on it and virtually no nutritional value. All of those, if you can replace those and swap those, you're doing yourself a massive favor. And we made a video about sugars here. You can watch the sugar video if you want to. But lunch, guys, is where you mostly get off the rails every single day. And it's so easy to fix. I'm going to give you some examples. You like the crunchiness of chips. What I do is I use vegetables. I buy some snack carrots, I buy some celery, I buy some cucumbers, I buy some broccoli. I eat that with my sandwich. Those are high nutritious, low calorie foods. They provide a lot of fiber. Bring it to the sandwich place or have it at work so that you have those crunchy things with you. So, what should you eat instead of the cookie? Get a freaking fruit. Get a banana or apple or whatever fruit you like. Eat that. It is a sweet snack and it's going to be so much healthier than a cookie. Banana provides a lot of fiber, provides a lot of micronutrients. And then if you watched our videos on sugars that I pointed out before, we talk a lot about sodas in there. And I would say the first and the easiest swap for soda would be from the sugary soda to the 0-calorie soda. That should be an easy swap. I'm not a big fan of those either. I try to avoid any artificial chemical sweetness in my diet plans, but it's a start. That's how I started my journey too. It's a good start. If you just do that, if you swap out your soda to 0-calorie, or water or coffee would be even better, or sparkling water is great. And trust me, if you have a better breakfast in the morning, and if you do this at lunchtime, you're already on a great health journey. This is already what most Americans need to do, in my opinion. So, now before we go to dinner, please consider buying my book. I explain all of this and a lot more in my book. I have tables in there. I show exactly how to break down, how to swap your diet. I have detailed swapping advice in my book. And the profits of this book directly benefit this channel. We don't do any ad reads. We don't take any sponsorships. We're building this from the ground up. So buying this book is a great way to support us and our work here. So now let's talk about dinner. So American dinners are massive, right? And when I say massive, I mean really massive. They're humongous, right? And completely unnecessarily so. If you would have a decent breakfast with a lot of fiber and a lot of protein, and you would some high quality lunch, and you have some low calorie snacks in between, you might not need such a massive dinner in the first place. And while they usually provide a good portion of protein, they often provide also a ton of unhealthy saturated fats, a ton of really low quality carbohydrates. I want to just give you one example, like fries, French fries. Dude, I mean, French fries are a very common item in American dinner, sometimes even for lunch. And do you have any idea how many calories there are in fries? Many of you might not be aware of this, but fries are low quality carbohydrates soaked in a ton of fat. It doesn't matter if it's lard or butter or beef tallow or if it's canola oil or corn oil or what the hell ever. Fries are just not high quality food. Do I eat fries every once in a while? Of course, they taste amazing. But do I eat them regularly? Absolutely not. And you shouldn't either. The good news is there's so many other options that you can replace fries with. Take, for example, steamed or cooked potatoes, or even stir-fried potatoes in the pan. A lot better than fries. Sweet potatoes, steamed or cooked, are even better because they also provide a ton of phytonutrients. Rice, especially brown rice, a lot better than fries. Provides some fiber, higher quality carbohydrates, rice, and is less caloric. Rice is less processed than fries as well. So now, the other item I want to talk about is salads. So a lot of people eat salads because they think they're healthy. And they are, right? It's like a lot of vegetables, a lot of fiber. It's great. The salad dressing is where the rubber meets the road. You have no idea how high caloric some salad dressings are. If you replace just your fatty salad dressing with a low caloric vinaigrette, for example, you consume less calories, you consume less fats, which we have way too much in our diet. The last swap I want to mention is that here in America, we eat a lot of red meats, especially beef. It's a big one. If you swap that more often for lean cuts of meats like turkey or chicken breast, or you eat more fish, those are relatively easy swaps to do. Instead of the steak, you're going to eat a chicken breast. You don't have to do that every day, but you do it several days in the week, and that also will help you to become a lot healthier than eating constantly red meats. So, voila, those are all very easy swaps. They will have a massive effect on your health. And next week, we're going to talk a little bit more about sleep schedule. Thanks for watching. If you like this content, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button. It really goes a long way. And buy my book. It's good for you. I see you next time. I'm out.